and stare at my mirrored wardrobe. God, look at me. Since I started at this hospital, I've gained a considerable amount of weight. I stand with my belly hovering over the elastic of my underpants, wondering how I let myself go. I've been so disciplined throughout my career thus far, going to the gym every morning before work and training on weekends. I used to have a spring in my step and an endless supply of energy. Now I'm exhausted, pining to get that bounce back. I miss exercise. I miss the feeling of my heart pounding against my throat and the rush of endorphin spurring me on. Most of all, I long for sleep, for a rest from the long, relentless days I am working. I take a sip from my mug, staring blankly at my dull eyes in my bedroom mirror. Mid-sip, my phone rings to haul me back to reality. I look at it resting on its wireless charging pad, absorbing the last few minutes of energy before we start our adventure together for a new day. No caller ID. The hospital. Startled, I placed a mug quickly on the carpet, spilling coffee onto it, determined to answer the phone before it cuts off. Nothing is worse than missing a call from the hospital. It's most likely going to be a minor hand injury, which is the majority of my work, but there's always a possibility that it could be something life or limb threatening when every second counts. Just in case it's the latter, I never want to miss a call. If I miss one, they might call my boss, the surgeon on call, and that's never a good look. Bracing myself, I make it on its third ring. Hello, Yumiko speaking. Hello, is that Plastics? Yes, I answer. I'm used to being called Plastics. No name needed. Oh, hi. I have a man who accidentally hammered the top of his pinky and it's torn off half his nail. I breathe a sigh of relief and my heart rate calms. My brain is a triage machine. This time, the category is not urgent. Please get an x-ray, make sure his tetanus shot is up to date and keep him fasted. I'll see him after my ward round. I say in one breath. It's a line I've delivered many a time before. I finish my coffee, put on my clothes and go to the bathroom to brush my teeth. I hear my phone ringing again in my bedroom. I quickly rinse out my mouth and run back. Hello, Yumiko speaking. Hi, Plastics? Yes, how can I help? I look at my watch. At this time of day, I need 50 minutes to get to the hospital, find a parking spot, and start my ward rounds at 7:30 sharp. I have 1 minute to get down to my car in the basement. I'm itching to leave my apartment, but the phone will cut off in the lift. Oh, hi, how are you? Says a bubbly intern. I'm fine. I was wondering if you can advise me on a patient. He had his tooth extracted yesterday and it's just started to bleed again. He's on blood thinners and I haven't been able to stop it. The best way to stop any bleeding is by manual pressure. You have to press gauze firmly onto his tooth socket and hold down for at least 7 minutes. I have other patients to look after, so I can't be there for that long with him. Could I get you to come and review him? A familiar sense of irritation creeps up like an insect crawling up my neck. The intern doesn't have time to hold a piece of gauze in her patient's mouth, so she wants me to do it instead because I have so much free time. I swat that insect and refocus. You can get the patient to apply the pressure. Check again in 7 minutes and call me back if you have any problems. I end the call and rush out my front door and into the lift. The hospital rings again as the lift descends, but the ringtone gets swallowed by the underground. My heart is beating fast. I don't know whether it's because I've just missed a call or because the caffeine's kicked in. Probably a bit of both. I hop into my car and wonder if whoever it was will call me back. I'm 3 minutes late and my heart sinks because I'm certain I won't find a parking spot close to the hospital now. I put the radio on. This is the only time during the day that I get to know anything of what's happening in the outside world, or at least what's in the top 40. I'm driving when the phone rings again. Concentrating on navigating a serpentiform route towards the main road, I answer. Hello, is that Plastics? Yes. I called a while ago about a man with a bleeding tooth socket. It's still bleeding. Have you tried soaking the gauze in adrenaline? No. I take a breath. Be nice. Okay, well, why don't you try that?